people, they came, they took our luggage, and they left. Like random strangers, like taxi drivers.
Oh.
Yeah, they would just say, "Hey, do you need help with that?" They saw us struggling. They came, helped me out, helped to the car.
Yeah.
Then they walked off.
Do you plan to stay here for long, or it's just short for just visit?
Well,
What would you say?
I would say that Mama,
Mama
Africa,
Africa,
your children are home to
Stay.
stay.
Would you like to study in Uganda or visit Uganda or do business in Uganda? With their Business Solution, it's a company located in Uganda. They help business relocation to Uganda and mobilize international students to join Uganda universities and learn the institution. They have airline ticketing, visa handling for different countries, car rentals, airport pickup, hotel booking, meet and greet. You want to come to Uganda and you need the support? Please check out Budhe Business Solution for better services in Uganda. What's up, family, and welcome back again to another amazing video. In today's video, guys, we have a special guest and they are going to introduce themselves.
We have a baby too.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
I'm Anu, and we are part of the Familia Pablanu family, I suppose. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, so I'm Pablo. I'm the other part of Familia Pablanu, or one of the parts, I suppose. Yeah, our family, we have a YouTube channel, and we're also on TikTok and others as well.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really amazing. How long have you been here so far?
A year and is it 3 months or so? 4 months?
It's a bit over a year.
Yeah, just a bit over
A
a
year
year.
and 3 months.
Yeah.
How was it like relocating to Uganda as a family?
Oh gosh. Oh, I think this is the most stressful and the most, I don't even know the word to describe it. The
Quite
most,
an accomplishment.
yeah, the most epic thing we've ever done as a family. It was stressful a lot. From packing everything, selling all the things we have, the little that we have in the US.
It was so stressful that we still have not made a video about it.
Oh God.
We're planning on doing that one
Yeah.
day, about what it takes to emigrate, like what it takes to actually pack up and leave your home country.
Yeah.
But it's just so much. We've put it off for so long.
Yeah.
We're like, one day.
And then we
People ask for it. Yeah.
right, and then we packed and all that, and then the cross-continental travel, the flights and getting here without knowing anybody here in Uganda before coming.
We never even visited Uganda.
We've never been
before.
here before.
So
yeah.
you came to Uganda without knowing anybody?
Yeah, yeah.
How did you get to know about Uganda, by the way?
It's a bit of a long story.
So we were trying to look for a place where we can actually be self-sustaining, maybe grow our own crops and live off of the land basically. And we look all around the US. What did we find?
And even outside the US,
Right.
Costa Rica,
Yeah.
places like that. Then I had friends from different places like Tanzania, and they were
Right.
saying, the best farming is here, you should come here. Africa is a great place for that.
Right.
So I started looking.
Right, and Uganda popped up as the home of organic farm, of organic farming. And we're like, oh, this is the place.
Yeah, sure.
And then everything checked out, the climate, the hospitality, the fertile land, the culture, yeah, everything. We're like, this is it. Uganda is where we're going.
Everything I looked at, even the
Yeah.
history, like everything was just falling into place. Like this fits our family, like the
Right.
culture, the food, everything. It just fit what we already are and
Yep.
already did. And we said, this has got to be it.
Yeah,
Most of you are from the USA, is it?
we are.
You meet up in the USA or you meet up in Africa?
No, in the US. I'm originally from Nigeria. I was born and raised in Nigeria. I went to the US when I was 15 years old. And we met when I went to grad school. We met in the same school. It was a professor, not my professor, no, obviously.
I wish.
So it was a
That would have caused some issues in the department. Yeah.
So we met and and then we in Midwest and the US, and we got married not too long after we met, and we had 4 back-to-back babies every year for each baby. So and we've been through a lot, I suppose. Yeah.
That's really good. So if I may ask, how do you see the culture here in Uganda, as you are from Nigeria? How do you see the culture here in Uganda?
I mean, so should I even talk about the culture shock coming here? So I've never been to East Africa. I have the mindset of Nigeria. I'm like, it's Africa, and I only think of Nigeria or West Africa. Coming here, at first it felt like I was brought back in time. It's like I went back in time to an African country, and I'm like, whoa, it's very peaceful.
Like your childhood almost.
Like when I was growing up,
Yeah.
it was peaceful, and I see the borders and all that, but I'm seeing that people are calm. I don't see people yelling. I don't see people honking in the traffic. The jams is even peaceful. I'm like, am I in Africa? It does not make sense at all.
Yeah.
And also the foods, it's also calm, in the sense that there's no pepper. In West Africa, there's pepper,
Yeah.
But everything here is just, it's very welcoming and peaceful. Yeah. What do you say?
Well, for me, so being born and raised in the United States, like the first thing that I was taught growing up is Africa is nothing but like poor, starving, naked children in the middle of a desert, and that's basically it. And so then growing up, meeting Africans, hearing more, learning more about, the modernity in Africa, like, the big cities, all this stuff. And then meeting Nigerians, and especially Anu, then hearing about the culture and all this, putting that together, I was fairly open, I would say, because of all of those different ideas and opinions and experiences. However, one thing that stuck with me was kind of Nigeria because of Anu. So I came here thinking, okay, I got to be ready to fight. I got to be ready, like at every moment someone's, trying to take my money or everyone's wanting tips and this and that. We get here and I'm ready to like, okay, give tips or fight people on this or bargain with that. And people, they came, they took our luggage and they left. Like random strangers, like taxi drivers.
Oh.
Yeah, they would just say, hey, do you need help with that? They saw us struggling. They came, helped me out, helped to the car.
Yeah.
Then they walked off.
Luggages?
Yeah,
Luggages,
and these were
yeah.
taxi drivers. They weren't even working for the airport or anything.
It's very-
Sorry for that.
So,
I didn't take it.
no,
They
were
just
so
helped.
kind.
They're very
Oh,
helpful.
okay.
They just helped.
Yeah,
you
they
know.
just helped. They didn't even ask for tip, anything. They were
Right.
just, I was like, what is this? And then in the markets, you were ready to like bargain and you're saying, what is
See
this?
that people, even in the market, people are not yelling and bargaining like that. When you yell, they talk even lower. I'm like, oh crap! I need to relearn everything I thought I know.
Luckily, it only took one time at the market for
Yeah.
me to be like, oh, they're looking at me funny and getting quieter when I get
Exactly.
louder.
This is very different.
And the traffic, it's like Africa, but with the volume turned down. It's like so calm here, like you
Yeah.
said, like there's very little honking, like what do you call it here, hooting,
Yeah.
things like that. It's very
Okay,
calm.
how do people react on you like an international couple? How do people react?
Well, even in the US, we lived in the Midwest. They had a lot of looks, and even here they would look. And so far, people who have approached me, they will look at me and look at our kids. We have 5 kids. They're like, "Those are your kids?" No, it's not possible. Olimba. No, they're from. So
Do you have 5 kids?
yes, there are 5. Yes, this is
Number
the
5.
youngest.
Oh.
So they will always ask. They're always watching, and I suppose, how would you?
Well, they also look at your body and they say, "There's no way you had 5 children." But yeah, I mean, the way they see us here, I suppose they're more curious. Where I come from in the US, they're a lot more suspicious. I would say suspicious rather than interested. Here, they're more like, who is she to him and who is he to her? Like they want to know. They keep
Yeah.
looking at us like,
Yeah,
and then they see our children. They say, "Wait a minute,
yeah.
whose child is that?" Like, so they're more like curious. I
Yeah,
suppose.
but I suppose I should bring one aspect where I thought it would be different. In the US, when people, they will look at him and look at me, and the history of African American and all that baggage, they always look at someone with darker skin as really bad. But I thought, oh, we're going to Africa, it should be different. They will see me, oh, I'm here, I'm from Africa, it will be different. But what I see when we go to places, they will give Pablo, for example, preferential treatment, and they will look down at me. I'm like, wait, am I not enough? I thought, aren't we the same African? Aren't we this? You should,
Yeah, I understand.
But that really, it hurts and it shocks me. Like I thought it would be different here in Africa. This is our home,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still the same
Okay.
kind of.
How was the Ugandan immigration when you come to the country? They was so welcoming to you guys, or how was it?
They were welcoming because it was chaotic. We have 4 children, 4 years and under, 4, 3, 2, and a 1-year-old, almost a 1-year-old. So it is two of us who were struggling, and they thought they were helping. Oh, don't worry, they stamp our thing. Okay, you can go and this and that, because when we took 18, 20 hours flight, we were already tired. The children were exhausted. They were crying. We were on the floor. Come on.
We were dragging them on
We
the
can
floor.
only carry two. There are two here. Oh, it was a mess.
We had read about, Ugandan culture and how much they love children and all this, and we really saw it. We saw it. I mean, as soon as we arrived, everyone was just like,
Maybe.
Yeah.
they learned our children's names
And
in
they
like
were
5
calling,
seconds.
right? They were calling them by their names, and they were very
Yeah.
playing with them. And oh, medium.
You want to stand?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was they were very what's the word? They were very welcoming too, definitely. Yeah.
Baby, you want mic? You want mic?
Yeah, she wants to play
How are
with
you? Does he say? He say hello.
them. She's 6 months
Smiling.
old.
Oh.
She's a baby.
Smiling.
Wow.
But she's smiling, yeah.
Okay. Do you plan to stay here for long, or it's just short for just visit?
Well,
What would you say?
I would say that Mama,
Mama
Africa,
Africa,
your children are home to
Stay.
stay.
Wow. That's really good.
Yeah.
So, and how do you see life in Uganda as foreigners?
Oh.
Like compared to our home country?
Yes.
I would say it's much calmer,
It's much calmer.
more relaxed, for sure. There's not so much stress. I think even less stress than Nigeria.
Yeah.
And people, I think we've been discussing it, and we think it's the availability maybe of food. There's so much food here that
is
people they're not so tense. They're not so stressed. You know, they're like, it's okay. You can wait. It will work itself out. Or
Right.
even don't worry. And I like the can-do attitude. I think that's my
Right.
favorite thing. Is it's really helped me to even open my mind a lot, because the can-do attitude is just like, something happens, it's like, this is Africa, you can fix it.
Right.
We'll find a way. You can always find a way. And it's true, like, if you find any sort of obstacle, you can find a way. And if you don't know the way, you ask someone. If they know, they help. If they don't, they find a way as
They'll
well.
always
So you're
find a
like,
way, yeah.
such a community here that is different from the way I grew up. Because in my country, like in the US, by the time I was born, like growing up in the 90s, there was already a big change there, where there's no longer this real community. Like even from child age, you don't just go into the street and play so much. That was going away.
Yeah, and whenever
It's just family. You stay in.
Right, and whenever we emigrated to the US, that was already done. So everything was just quiet.
Yeah.
And it's mostly depressing. People are
Yeah.
quiet. There's no people outside. Everyone's at home on their TV, or you don't see neighbors. Rarely would you see your neighbors, and it's depressing. And also the thing of the changing climate brings on waves of depression. Say once a year, when the season comes, people are depressed and just. But it's a breath of fresh air here. I'm not talking about Kampala, because we had to leave Kampala because of the pollution.
Yeah.
We don't live in a small town,
Yeah.
but it's very, very peaceful.
it's
And yeah, it's
And
For our children, for sure, because like we were saying, there just wasn't so much community, where we lived, there were many retirees. Like
Right.
if you're not in a city, if you're outside, most people are going to be very elderly,
right.
and there's not many children, and the children that are there, they will stay in their houses.
Right.
So yeah, like you said, it's peaceful, but it's like silent,
Yeah.
like death, silent, which is terrible. Our children had basically no community, but here, immediately, like I never imagined in my life that our children would be able to walk to school, by themselves, and just go to school, and how peaceful, safe it is, and just the amount of children in Uganda. Like there's so many children. It's such a young country, population-wise. So they just have friends everywhere. Like everywhere they go, there are children they can play with, learn from,
Yeah.
and it's just it's everything that we wanted for them.
I mean, like it's easy for them to adapt with the Ugandan culture for the kids.
yeah,
It is, and they're learning Luganda at school, so it makes it a little bit easier on them to some extent. Yeah.
Now you can speak some Luganda. You have been here for 1 month, for 1 year.
I mean, I would say that I understand a little bit more than I speak. I need to work on my practice, but yeah, like Oliotia, what's a
Little.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
But I guess that's part of the experience of being an African immigrant to Uganda, right? For you, language-wise.
Oh my gosh, I think it's a little bit worse for me, because the one time they look at me, oh yeah, you look Luganda, and then like Uganda, and they start speaking Luganda to me, and I'm like, I'm sorry, say money Luganda. And they're like, are you sure? I said I'm from Nigeria, Nigeria, and they were like, oh really? Hey. But they just have this thing like, you're supposed to know Luganda. How come you don't know it? So they put me on a higher, what is the word?
Higher expectations.
Higher expectations for me, and I don't know how to say it.
It makes you pressure, like to get to know it.
I don't know.
Well, it actually it kind of lowers your motivation.
It lowers my motivation.
It's like a teacher yelling at you. You're like, I don't want to learn this now, you know.
So it bothers me a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've seen some people who are very, very friendly and welcoming. Hey, don't worry, Uganda, we're similar. We're the same people. Nigeria, Uganda. You know, we're similar. You know, and that has been helpful. But a lot of people want me to be able to speak already. So.
But for me, like, I say one word and they're like, ooh, wow, so you know Uganda.
Yeah.
And then they will speak to me in English saying, you know Uganda and all this stuff. And I'm like, what? That's why I like being out in the smaller towns, because the people there's not so many that know English so well. So I have a chance to actually speak.
Yeah.
So with them, you know, I can talk to them and say, hey, you know, sini mzungu, abazungu balina sente, na ye. Yeah. Things like that, you know, say na sente. But I can just talk to them.
Right.
Say, yeah.
You can talk a little bit. You can talk a little bit of Luganda.
Of Uganda.
Yeah. I think
sorry,
that's how I'm able to know more than she does, because I have more motivation, because people, they hear me like, hey, Luganda, but with her they're like, why is your Luganda so poor? Like,
and my
terrible,
accent, they'll be like, what, you're not even speaking it right.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Demotivating.
It is.
Would you recommend Uganda to other families who want to relocate in Africa?
No, don't come here. Stay where you are.
Why?
It's the best kept secret, right? It's the pearl of Africa that very few people have heard of. So it's
hold on, my mic
going
fell
off.
off. It's on the floor now.
You should take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can fix it.
You have the, you know.
Yeah. Okay. It's that one. Yeah. So midday. This child
Yeah.
Just to sleep, huh?
Yeah, but I don't know how to make her sleep right now.
You want to sleep, huh?
Okay, maybe
Should I get her map?
It's okay. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Where were we?
We have been talking about recommendation.
Oh, right.
Yes, I mean, but honestly, if people are, would we recommend it? We would, but we would say, don't think the grass is greener on the other side, because, for example, with all the good things we're saying, we were scammed off of our land. We have land issues, and we're still struggling to where we actually have it in court right now, fighting for the land and all that. So don't think you're gonna come here and it's all gonna be golden for you. You need to know that you need to be able to what's the word?
Be flexible.
Flexible. Go where the wind goes. You know, follow the wind, and
And I would say it's not for everyone. I mean, for us, for certain, this is the place. We know that.
Right.
And we're making it work, you know, however we can, and we're learning so much about how the culture works. We're learning how to adapt, learning how we can settle down, and we definitely know that here we can still finalize our goal of you know, being able to grow our own food, our children, you know, able to have a lot of flexibility with learning, education, things like that, having a good environment for them, and we know that for certain this is where we can do it. Sure, we have some hiccups along the way, basically learning curves that we've had to kind of get over. But you know, everyone's different, and there are some places that you say, you know what, this is where I want to be. Even where you're born, you may say, this is where I want to be, and you know that for sure. Some people, you say, this isn't it. I know there's something else, but do your research. And that's what we did, you know. We did our research. Exactly. Don't just say, this looks better.
Yeah.
I'll go with them. No, I mean, you can learn something maybe from us, but don't just assume like this is great, because then maybe you come and you haven't known everything that you should know, and you are shocked by things that maybe turn you off. So it's always important that you know for sure. So do your research, know where you want to be, and wherever it is, stick it out, you know, learn as best you can, and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Do you have any tech you want to say?
Right. And is there something I want to say is it's just for people to watch our YouTube channel, Familia Pablanu, to see more of our journey and our story and our adventures in the Pearl of Africa, and to see how we got here. Yeah. They can see it on our channel too.
Really? Actually, guys, they have amazing content that I will put their link in the video description, so you can check them and give them a like, give them a follow, and let's welcome them to the Pearl of Africa again, the motherland.
Yes, yes. So yeah, like we always say. Oh, you have something to say.
Oh, she wants to say something.
Okay.
Tell us, baby. She's saying she's the first Ugandan born of our family.
Yes,
She was born in here.
She was born here.
in our living room, sitting room floor. So yes.
Oh wow. Wow, that's really incredible. Any message for people who are watching us now?
I would say, like, a little bit of kindness goes a long way. A little bit of smile, because you never know what people are going through. A lot of people have gone through a lot, you know. And a little bit of smile, to have an open heart. Hey, hello, how are you doing? Just being kind goes a very long way, and it goes around. It's we're in a cycle of life anyways. It goes around, and just to be kind. Yeah.
Any message do you have for the people who are watching us?
I would say on that note, always try to see the humanity in others. I think that's one of the hardest things for anyone. I know racism and a lot of secularism, all these things that separate us, I think they blind us to the humanity in others. And I think if we can just see that, hey, this person is my brother, my sister, you know, we are the same. If we can see the humanity in others, then yeah, the kindness, everything, it just flows, you know. But as soon as we say, they are this group of people, they are this tribe, they are this skin color, they are this type of people, they are Muzungu, they are African American, they are this, you know. If we have those stereotypes, they blind us. But if we can just see that, we are all human, we all go through the same things, we all have the same same difficulties, the same blood, the same everything. So yeah.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate for the time you give me, and yeah, I really appreciate so much. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. This is the end of this video. Kindly, if it's your first time to watch our videos, do us a favor and subscribe, and don't forget to follow them, give them a like on YouTube, and thank you so much.
All right, thank you.